For a sizable number of American retailers, the situation doesn't appear good at all. According to recent research, over a quarter of American retailers could file for bankruptcy within the next few months, and many are already in danger of failing because of serious supply chain disruptions. However, these factors are leading to shortages of popular consumer goods, massive inventories of unsold goods, and price inequities that have been threatening their profitability. Before the year is out, there will be a wave of retail bankruptcies as problems mount and consumer spending declines. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. According to a recent survey, over 25% of American retailers face financial ruin within the next 3 months as a result of deteriorating supply chain problems. Even though the busiest shopping season of the year is just around the corner, retailers' profit margins are being severely impacted by a sharp decline in consumer spending and shifting consumer behavior. In an August survey, it was discovered that 85% of American retailers had experienced supply chain disruptions in the previous 12 months. Almost half of online retailers, including Amazon, have reported stockouts that have cost them sales at the same time. A significant threat to their survival, according to 26% of respondents, is that they may run out of money if the situation does not get better soon. The survey also revealed that for 68% of respondents, a lack of highly sought-after goods such as food, electronics, and clothing was the biggest issue. Other difficulties including rising shopping costs, which 64% of businesses experience, and longer delivery times for essential goods, which 54% of them mentioned. 46% of suppliers report stock shortages, and 40% of businesses report higher raw material costs, with 92% of businesses having trouble scanning supplies. The furniture and home furnishings industry are among the worst affected. 60% of retailers report experiencing shortages of health and personal care products, apparel, and appliances, which affect 53% of respondents. Additionally, 28% of respondents indicated that distribution or supply issues were the biggest problems. Threat to their viability received by far the most responses, outpacing both poor cash flow at 18% and shifting consumer preferences at 16%. Researchers found that supply chain bottlenecks increased costs for average retailers by 21% in the past year, leading to a 58% increase in prices. In addition, 29% of retailers sacrifice profit margins to maintain price stability, and 28% are looking for domestic suppliers to lessen the impact. We are experiencing the worst supply chain crisis that any of us can recall, according to Wright CEO Derek O'Carroll, and there is no indication that things will get better before the year is out. Retailers may experience particularly difficult issues as they get ready for peak trading in the months leading up to Christmas and the fall. This crisis is still in its relatively early stages, with the effects of the Ukraine crisis and other global factors only now beginning to materialize. Retailers will need to prepare for months of additional turbulence and problems related to stock levels, which could lead to disgruntled customers and significant cash flow problems. In order to support business growth, companies are currently scrambling to get their demand planning right, canceling the purchase of low-selling products as well as reducing their staff headcounts. However, it's crucial to be upfront with customers who are aware of the current world crisis and will be more understanding of delays than they would be in less chaotic times. Recently, a number of big box retailers, including Walmart, the largest retailer in the world, announced the cancellation of orders totaling billions of dollars, price increases for popular products, and the possibility of layoffs. The entire US retail sector is expected to experience a significant wave of bankruptcies this year as a result of a month-long slowdown in restructuring activity, according to CNBC. Industry insiders have warned that there will be more struggling retailers as the recession approaches. Soaring prices have a negative impact on demand for some products, and stores have a surplus of inventory. And the landscape will look very different from what it does today in 5 years. As a result of the fiscal stimulus, which gave businesses cash infusions and consumer stimulus money, the retail sector experienced a significant decline in restructurings last year. In addition, since then, there have been 4 additional significant retail bankruptcies, 139 retailers, both large and small, have already filed for bankruptcy, according to data from S&P Global Market Intelligence and an analysis made public by CB Insight. As the crucial holiday season draws near, restructuring experts say they are currently preparing for more travel across the industry. We could be in the midst of a perfect storm. Things might become even more complicated if consumer behavior changes quickly. Inflation has had a particularly negative impact on low-income Americans, and even wealthy consumers are spending less on luxury goods. We are currently in a situation where predicting what will happen next is much more difficult. Consumer spending decreased 3% in August compared to the same month last year. According to the most recent retail sales data, the Commerce Department reported last week, consumers aren't just buying less stuff, they are also shopping less, which means fewer impulse purchases, which are essential to the expansion of the retail industry. Consumers made 6% fewer retail purchases in the previous 2 quarters than they did in the first semester of 2021. Currently, more than 8 out of 10 American consumers said they intended to reduce their spending in the upcoming 3 to 6 months. Rising interest rates are exacerbating retailers' debt problems, which is making the situation worse. Higher interest rates make it harder for struggling retailers to repay their mounting debt after reaching their highest level since the 2008 financial crisis. For instance, the department store chain Macy's reported that it had successfully refinanced bonds worth $850 million that were due in the next 2 years. Over the past 12 months, the amount of refinancing activity has started to slow down as more deals are canceled or pulled. The window for more challenging refinancing appears to be closing, as has always been the case. Retailers who are struggling under heavy debt loads will be most at risk of filing for bankruptcy. After families return from eagerly anticipated summer vacations, more monetary issues might start to surface, forcing them to make budget cuts. Only 1/3 of consumers, down 17% from last year, said they intended to spend more during the back-to-school season this year. More consumers are becoming frugal with their money. Customers have shown a willingness to make purchases using credit cards, mortgages, and buy now, pay later plans. I'm worried that many consumers will abruptly pull back on their purchases, after using all of their credit cards. However, if consumer spending maintains a reasonable pace and consumers are able to pay off their debts in a reasonable manner, businesses will instead share some of the pain with fewer bankruptcy filings. If consumer spending slowed in that way, more retailers could be forced into bankruptcy at a faster pace. In either case, the executive emphasizes that smaller retail businesses, which lack the resources to weather tougher times, will experience far greater distress. After shipments arrive late and customers abruptly changing their shopping preferences, retailers including Gap, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Kohl's have recently claimed that they have too much inventory. In an effort to get rid of unsold goods, it is planning markdowns and canceling some orders. Profits are expected to drastically decline in the near future as more retailers adopt similar policies. A warning was issued. Additionally, when a retailer profit margins decrease due to a reprisal of its inventories, standard procedure in the industry, those inventories won't be as valuable, and as a result, a company's borrowing rate may decrease. While many retailers are unable to cancel those orders, some retailers have been able to do so. Therefore, if retailers cannot cancel orders during the holiday season, their margins will drastically decrease. In 2023, you'll face more difficulties. As we enter a recession, consumer spending will decline, which will prevent growth from occurring organically. There is no stopping inflation. All of this suggests that the upcoming holiday season may not present retailers with a chance to break even in terms of profits, but rather represent a pivotal point for businesses that are already fighting for survival. The disaster is coming. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.